Anne Bancroft was an American actress. Respected for her acting prowess and versatility, Bancroft received an Academy Award, 3 BAFTA Awards, 2 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Tony Awards, and 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. She is one of only 24 thespians to achieve the Triple Crown of acting. Associated with the method acting technique, having studied under Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio, Bancroft made her film debut in the noir thriller Don't Bother to Knock. Following a string of repetitive and glamorous supporting roles, her film career took a toll, with executives reluctant to cast her in prestige roles. In 1958, Bancroft made her Broadway debut with the play Two for the Seesaw, winning the Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a Play. The following year she portrayed Anne Sullivan in the original Broadway production of The Miracle Worker, winning the Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play. Following her continued success on stage, Bancroft's film career was revived when she was cast in the acclaimed film adaptation of The Miracle Worker, for which she won the Academy Award for Best Actress. Her film career further progressed with Oscar-nominated performances in The Pumpkin Eater, The Graduate, The Turning Point, and Agnes of God. Bancroft continued to act in the later half of her life, with prominent roles in The Elephant Man, To Be or Not to Be, 84 Charing Cross Road, Torch Song Trilogy, Home for the Holidays, G.I. Jane, Great Expectations and Up at the Villa. She received multiple Primetime Emmy Award nominations, including for the television films Broadway Bound, Deep in My Heart, for which she won, and The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone. Bancroft died on June 6, 2005, at the age of 73, as a result of uterine cancer. She was married to director, actor and writer Mel Brooks, with whom she had a son named Max. Early life: Bancroft was born Anna Maria Luisa Italiano in the Bronx, New York City, the middle of 3 daughters of Mildred, a telephone operator, and Michael G. Italiano, a dress pattern maker. Her parents were Italian immigrants. In an interview, she stated that her family was originally from Muro Lucano, in the province of Potenza. She was of Roman Catholic faith. Bancroft was raised in Little Italy, Bronx, in the Belmont neighborhood of the Bronx, attended PS 12, later moving to 1580 Zarega Avenue, and graduating from Christopher Columbus High School in 1948. She later attended HB Studio, the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, the Actors Studio and the American Film Institute's directing workshop for women at the University of California, Los Angeles. After appearing in a number of live television dramas, including Studio One and The Goldbergs under the name Anne Marno, later, at Daryl Zanuck's insistence, she chose the less Mediterranean surname of Bancroft, because it sounded dignified. Career: Bancroft made her screen debut with a major role in the 1952 Marilyn Monroe vehicle Don't Bother to Knock. She appeared in 14 films over the next 5 years, including Treasure of the Golden Condor, Gorilla at Large, Demetrius and the Gladiators, New York Confidential and Walk the Proud Land. In 1957, Bancroft was directed by Jacques Tourneur in a David Goodis adaptation, Nightfall. In 1958, she made her Broadway debut as Lovelorn, Bronx-accented Gittel Mosca opposite Henry Fonda in William Gibson's 2-character play Two for the Seesaw, directed by Arthur Penn. For this role, she won the Tony Award for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Play. Bancroft won the Tony Award for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Play in 1960, again with playwright Gibson and director Penn, when she played Annie Sullivan, the young woman who teaches the child Helen Keller to communicate in The Miracle Worker. She appeared in the 1962 film version of the play and won the 1962 Academy Award for Best Actress, with Patty Duke repeating her own success as Keller alongside Bancroft. Because Bancroft had returned to Broadway to star in Mother Courage and Her Children, Joan Crawford accepted the Oscar on her behalf, and later presented the award to her in New York. Bancroft co-starred as a medieval nun obsessed with a priest in the 1965 Broadway production of John Whiting's play The Devils. Produced by Alexander H. Cohen and directed by Michael Kakianis, it ran for 63 performances. Bancroft received a second Academy Award nomination for her performance in The Pumpkin Eater. Bancroft was widely known during this period for her role as Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate, for which she received a third Academy Award nomination. In the film, she played an unhappily married woman who seduces the son of her husband's business partner, the much younger recent college graduate played by Dustin Hoffman. In the movie, Hoffman's character later dates and falls in love with her daughter. Bancroft was ambivalent about her appearance in The Graduate. She said in several interviews that the role overshadowed her other work. Despite her character becoming an archetype of the «older woman» role, Bancroft was only 8 years older than on-screen daughter Catherine Ross, and just 6 years older than Hoffman. A CBS television special, Annie, The Women in the Life of a Man, won Bancroft an Emmy Award for her singing and acting. Bancroft is one of 10 actors to have won both an Academy Award and a Tony Award for the same role, and one of very few entertainers to win an Oscar, an Emmy and a Tony Award. This rare achievement is also known as the Triple Crown of acting. She followed that success with a second television special, Annie and the Hoods, which was telecast on ABC and featured her husband Mel Brooks as a guest star. She made an uncredited cameo in the film Blazing Saddles, directed by Brooks. She received a 4th Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her performance in The Turning Point, and a 5th nomination for Best Actress for her performance in Agnes of God. Bancroft made her debut as a screenwriter and director in Fatso, in which she starred with Dom DeLuise. Bancroft was the original choice to play Joan Crawford in the film Mommy Dearest, but backed out and was replaced by Faye Dunaway. She was also a front-runner for the role of Aurora Greenway in Terms of Endearment, but declined so that she could act in the remake of To Be or Not to Be with Brooks. In 1988, she played Harvey Fierstein's mother in the film version of his play Torch Song Trilogy. During the 1990s and early 2000s, Bancroft took supporting roles in a number of films in which she co-starred with major film stars, including Honeymoon in Vegas, Love Potion No. 9, Point of No Return, Home for the Holidays, How to Make an American Quilt, G.I. Jane, Great Expectations, Keeping the Faith, Up at the Villa and Heartbreakers. She also lent her voice to the animated film Ants. Bancroft also starred in several television movies and miniseries, receiving 6 Emmy Award nominations, 8 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. Bancroft's last appearance was as herself in a 2004 episode of HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm. She was cast in Spanglish later that year, but had to bow out due to a medical emergency. Her last project was the animated feature film Delgo, released posthumously in 2008. The film was dedicated to her. Bancroft received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 6368 Hollywood Boulevard for her work in television. At the time of her star's installation in 1960, she had recently appeared in several TV series. Bancroft was also a member of the American Theatre Hall of Fame, having been inducted in 1992. Personal life: Bancroft's first husband was lawyer Martin May. They married on July 1, 1953, separated in November 1955 and divorced on February 13, 1957. She had previously been engaged to actor John Erickson in 1951. In 1961, Bancroft met Mel Brooks at a rehearsal for Perry Como's variety show Kraft Music Hall. Bancroft and Brooks married on August 5, 1964, at the Manhattan Marriage Bureau near New York City Hall, and remained married until her death. Their son, Max Brooks, was born in 1972. Bancroft worked with her husband 3 times on the screen, dancing a tango in Brooks's silent movie, in his remake of To Be or Not to Be, and in the episode entitled, Opening Night, of the HBO show Curb Your Enthusiasm. The couple also appeared in Dracula, Dead and Loving It, but never appeared together. Brooks produced the film The Elephant Man, in which Bancroft acted. He was executive producer for the film 84 Charing Cross Road, in which she starred. Both Brooks and Bancroft appeared in Season 6 of The Simpsons. According to the DVD commentary, when Bancroft came to record her lines for the episode, Fear of Flying, The Simpsons writers asked if Brooks had come with her. She joked, "I can't get rid of him." In a 2010 interview, Brooks credited Bancroft as being the guiding force behind his involvement in developing the producers and Young Frankenstein for the musical theater. In the same interview, he said of their first meeting in 1961, "From that day, until her death on June 6, 2005, we were glued together." Bancroft's son, Max Brooks, said in a 2020 interview that she was a secret, closet scientist. He said that, as a child, she read to him Paul de Kruif's Microbe Hunters as a bedtime story. In April 2005, 2 months before her death, Bancroft became a grandmother when her daughter-in-law Michelle gave birth to a boy, Henry Michael Brooks. Death. Bancroft died of uterine cancer at age 73 on June 6, 2005, at Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan. Her death surprised many, including some of her friends, as the intensely private Bancroft had not disclosed any details of her illness. Her body was interred at Kensico Cemetery in Valhalla, New York, near her parents, Mildred and Michael Italiano. Her final film, Delgo, was dedicated to her memory.